Hello out there, everybody. It's your boy Tommy on the spot. Thanks so much for checking us out here on Watch Along Wrestling. We are currently waiting for the All Elite Wrestling press conference live from Las Vegas, Nevada. It's going to be the press conference from the MJM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. They're about to get started. Thanks for joining us here today, and we're going to have a great time. I'm going to be here with you guys as everything goes down, kind of to do a live, I guess, reaction to this, as well as a live review and give you guys all the news that you need to know, a part of All Elite Wrestling. You can join me over in the live chat. We can watch together as it happens here, and excited to do that with each and every one of you guys. So hope everyone is doing good, and we are now on the air, I believe, at least. Let me make sure we are on the air. But I believe we are, and we should be good to go. So hello, everybody. Thanks so much for checking us out here. They're just getting started here. Conrad Thompson is live and on the air. They just did a pre-show deal, kind of talking about everything, continuing the feud between Conrad and MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And he's signed, obviously, to All Elite Wrestling the last time around. So hopefully, we'll kind of check it out and see where we're at with it. But this should be a fun day. This is a very cool time. If you guys are finding me for the first time, we are Watch Along Wrestling. We're a wrestling YouTube channel. You guys are more than welcome to subscribe. It would really be appreciated, and we'll be able to kind of do that. So glad to talk along while here with you guys, and I believe we should be good to go here in just a minute. Yeah, so this should be a fun time, guys. Just a couple months here away from Double or Nothing. That's the point of this entire party. We're finding everything out that is going on here in the world of All Elite Wrestling, and also in the world of AEW. And so it should be a lot of fun. And Alex Marvez and Conrad Thompson are on hand here. As each person comes out, I'll kind of bow out so we can listen to them a little bit. And at the same time, we'll be able to kind of just hear all the announcements. So what are you guys looking most forward to hearing here? Are you looking forward to seeing different talents? Are you looking forward to match announcements, the ticket announcements? Let me know in the chat. The chat is now open, and we're good to go. Who was that? Sonny Kiss is over there. Also saw Excalibur there from PWG fame. So good to see them. I did hear a little while ago there is some sort of deal in place between All Elite Wrestling and AAA from Mexico. So that sounds great. Also makes a lot of sense. Obviously, for those who don't know, All Elite Wrestling has signed Pentagon in Phoenix. So I believe their roster right now is the Young Bucks, Cody, Adam Page, Pac, the Phoenix, and Pentagon. I apologize here. If you guys are watching along here, Sonny Kiss is about to take the stage. We'll listen in here and let you know if we hear anything. That does look like a hell of a time there. If anyone is down there, let me know. Either follow me over on Twitter and let me know how this was, or let me know here on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter at WatchWrestlePod. That looks so much fun though, and there's a ton of people that came out for this with not too much. I feel like there wasn't that much hype ahead of time for this. Like when they did the first pep rally, I feel like we knew about this months in advance. Not necessarily the deal here for this. So let's listen in here. Let's hear what Sonny has to say. Sonny Kiss, official for Double or Nothing. Crowd seems May 25th is the date for Double or Nothing, All In 2. Really, and the second show, really, I guess, in many ways, the first show for All Elite Wrestling, because they're not doing it under the Ring of Honor banner this time. They're going out on their own and doing that. So, all right, so Sonny Kiss will be there on Double or Nothing. I'm very interested to see kind of where they go with MJF and Conrad Thompson, whether this leads to something with Conrad kind of picking someone to go against MJF at Double or Nothing, or if this ends up with MJF going against Conrad himself. Can't imagine Conrad is going to be a wrestler for this, but this could be something that's pretty interesting. Before the show, they kind of did a piggyback off of what was happening in the pep rally, so to speak, when they had Conrad Thompson kind of getting, again, kind of harassed by MJF. MJF kind of came out and, again, called him fat and made fun of him. And Conrad's been a real good sport about it. I will say MJF is a great heel. I'm glad that he's going to have an opportunity to show how he's doing. And Cody is coming to the stage, so I will bow out a little bit and I'll listen into him as he makes his announcements. And pretty sure today we're going to find out when Double or Nothing tickets go on sale. Also should find out some talent updates as well as some kind of also some matches for the show, hopefully. I know Cody on Billion Being the Elite has teased an opponent for Double or Nothing. There's been some rumors going out about that. Let me know if you guys are in the chat who you would like to see Cody take on at Double or Nothing. I think that it could be, I know a lot of people have suggested perhaps Dustin Rhodes, could be Kenny, and he looks good. And again, Cody looks pretty excited to be there, though. Loving the bleach blonde look. And ultimate hype, man. Big pool party atmosphere going on there. There's a pool there. No one's in the pool. I wonder if that's going to change before everything is all said and done here today. Cody's signing some autographs for the fans on hand. And I will say already a big upgrade from the last time. You could hear the crowd. Last time Jericho was on the stage and it looked like the crowd was going completely nuts. You couldn't hear them. And I think miking the crowd is certainly beneficial to them. What a weekend that's going to be, though, down in Vegas. Memorial Day weekend for All Elite Wrestling, Double or Nothing. As Cody Rhodes on hand and at the podium to kick off the press conference here. Crowd chanting, "Thank you, Cody." And hopefully you guys... All right, here's Cody. Does look like that would be just an awesome time. 6 p.m. their time, so already dark there in Vegas.
It's a little cold, huh?
That's probably about 70 degrees, not 80.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you guys see this sweet coat? Do you like it?
Oh, Cody showing off a brand new coat, looking pretty good. Looking like he's ready to go there.
Oh, yeah. I already blew all the executive money. There it goes. So let me ask you guys, if not us, who? And if not now, when?
Good call. My wife's watching along here on the couch, watching along with Cody and everything. I'm not going to throw you on there, don't worry. Trying to... Crowd chanting AEW loud and proud. He's talking about, and I will say it's good that Cody is kind of taking the reins here. I did think last time Cody and the Bucks together was a little disjointed. It seemed like they were all so excited, but at the same time, I think it kind of a little bit took away from the announcements and everything going on here. So definitely good to see Cody out there doing his thing. And let's hear about it here. Yeah, so AAA, they're now officially announcing. This actually broke a little while ago. I don't know if the WrestleLink broke this or what the deal was, but they definitely had it on their site. So they have now a deal with OWE in China, and then now this group, AAA, out of Mexico. Obviously, the historic AAA. So good on them to have that going, and that definitely gives them even more legitimacy, kind of as AEW gets off the ground.
But let's talk about tickets.
All right, so here we go. The big ticket announcement here is going to be unveiled. Crowd already chanting, "We want tickets," which I don't think is going to be... It's going to be interesting to see how quick this one sells out, and I think it's going to be dictated a lot by what we find out today about the actual show.
want to give you tickets.
There we go.
Literally,
Go to it's a little louder so that you guys can hear this on the live stream here. What Cody has to say here.
There's a pre-sale sign up, a pre-sale opportunity at allelitewrestling.com. We want to make sure.
So pre-sale tickets today through Sunday, February 10th, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern time. So basically, right after this is when tickets will go on sale. So make sure you guys get on there pretty much right after this and go ahead and get your tickets. They start tonight. Holy smokes.
February 13th, noon Eastern.
And then from there, with sign up on.
You can literally go on allelitewrestling.com.
So,
and I can almost guarantee you should have
allelitewrestling.com. So allelitewrestling.com. You can get on there. You could sign up, and then with the sign up, you'll be able to also get tickets on Monday, February 11th. And it says you can get them on Axis.com on Monday morning. You have to go sign up for your pre-sale code, one-time use passcode on allelitewrestling.com. Then utilize that one-time passcode on Axis.com, AXS.com. That pre-sale code can get you tickets beginning Monday morning, Monday, February 11th, as Sammy Guevara comes down. And it looks like they signed him. My wife's a fan. And Sammy Guevara, that's a huge deal, huge signing. I believe that's part of the partnership. Here he comes. Belt in tow, I might add. So that is cool that they're kind of allowing these guys from other promotions to bring their belts with.
I was going to ask you, what's on the first show in Vegas?
First show, yeah. Double or Nothing. Excuse me. All Elite Wrestling, too. And we're going to bow out and listen to what Sammy Guevara has to say. Someone told him he sucked. That's great. You've got to love wrestling fans.
How's everybody doing?
He said he's 18.
He does. He is a young guy.
AEW. My name is Sammy Guevara.
And he is actually...
Some of you are familiar with me. And maybe some of you aren't.
From DDT Pro Wrestling as well as AAA Worldwide is where Sammy is known for.
But better than all that, if you don't know, it's okay. Because soon, everybody here at AEW is going to understand that Sammy Guevara is the best ever. I am the current Cruiserweight AAA World Champion, baby. And what that means...
One of the things I think that is important as well for the All Elite Wrestling roster is that not everyone is going to be Chris Jericho. Not everyone is going to be Kenny Omega. I do think it's important, though, that they continue to have the, folks to fill up the roster. And Sammy Guevara, I've heard great things about. AAA Cruiserweight Champion.
No matter what surprises you have, no matter what superstars become a part of AEW, your true superstar is Sammy Guevara.
Hey, decent promo there. Definitely seemed a little nervous. I'm not sure I would have started with the poor guy, but good chant of AAA from the crowd there and crowd into it.
May 25th, get your tickets. Come out and watch me do what I do best. And steal the show.
So that, you got to realize that's exactly the type of stuff they need to do when it comes to Double or Nothing. This has to be the start of something. If you remember kind of like ECW One Night Stand, that first ECW show, that One Night Stand 2005, was kind of a showcase of everything going on, ECW nostalgia. They had a bunch of matches that they just tried to showcase the best they possibly could of ECW. Then in ECW One Night Stand 2006, they kind of made it a little bit, they had to kind of showcase the new roster a bit because they were starting on Sci-Fi not long after that. That's what AEW has to do here. They have to have a showcase for your Sammy Guevara's. They have to have a showcase for your Joey Ryans. Joey Ryan's going to be there. For your Joey Janela's, for MJF. They have to be able to showcase these guys and show kind of what they do and then utilize obviously the star power of the Bucks, of Cody, of Jericho, and those matches that I'm assuming they're going to announce here. So general public sale goes on sale 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific, Wednesday the 13th. But you can get pre-sale tickets on February 11th. And here comes Adam Page. You remember at the last pep rally, what they kind of did was Adam Page went on and came out and was interrupted by Pac, the debuting Pac, the former Neville from WWE, from NXT fame. And he came out and they kind of had a little showdown there to kind of both claim that they were going to be the first AEW champion. So it'll be real interesting to see kind of where they go from there. But Page looks pumped up and he's high-fiving the fans, and we'll hear what he has to say.
But I'm calling it right now. He is a man that is gunning for the position as the ace of all elite wrestling. He is a man that has his sights set on the title. There's not even a title that exists yet, but he's got his sights set on it.
Hangman is looking good. Got a denim jacket on and has a pair of shades on. Greeting some of the fans there. He's definitely going to be a major cog for AEW. I feel like he's going to be someone that is kind of showcased on his own as opposed to with the full elite group. He's going to have to. It can't just be that the elite is there as a faction. I feel like they're going to have different storylines for each one, and I feel like Page is going to be presented as one of the top guys right off the bat, as he should.
I might have jumped the gun a little bit in Jacksonville and made you guys my boss. So I guess before I say anything else, I need to apologize to all of you. I was going to show up to the night's event in what we call full gear.
That would have been great if you did show up in full gear.
But apparently I don't have the body for it, so I want to apologize. I'm covered head to toe.
Something tells me he does have gear on under this street clothes, but we'll see. We'll see kind of where this goes.
But I want to make you a promise today. You guys as my boss. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to get a gym membership.
So he's basically saying here that he's out of shape.
Healthy, and the double enough that I'll be in the best damn shape of my life.
Pac versus Adam Hangman Page could be a great match if that's where the direction they're going for Double or Nothing.
I talked a lot about All Elite Wrestling. I talked a bit about wanting to be the first ever All Elite Wrestling World Champion. But
and the MGM Grand there, a nice shot of it down there in Vegas. This is right on the strip, right? I originally had heard that. The Golden Lion. My wife giving her 2 cents there. We had just gone to Vegas back in October. So, and here comes Pac. That's Neville, yeah. Neville via satellite here at the press conference.
Well, let me remind you. My name is Pac, and I am a horrible, devious bastard. Somebody with a huge chip on his shoulder. Somebody
at Bastard Pac. Gotta love it. And he also has a belt on his shoulder, too.
For too long. Well, all of that changes now. And I can see you there, standing.
So, yeah, this seems to be the direction they're going between Pac and Adam Hangman Page.
Why me? Well, it's nothing personal, Adam. I just have a penchant for humbling the arrogant, and you are the first in a long line of unbearable, cocky, elitist pricks.
If you are not watching along here, and I definitely suggest, by the way, check out the live stream, bless you, over on Being the Elite's official YouTube page, which is currently going on, and I assume they'll also have the show of this afterwards, and they'll show the I guess the replay of it after there. But Pac is basically saying that he wants to make an example of Adam Page for being a little cocky and being, kind of who he is.
And I'm coming for you. So May 25th, bring everything you got. Bring absolutely everything, and don't forget your little cowboy boots, because I promise by the time I'm finished humiliating you in front of the world,
that'll be it's going to be a great match.
You are going to want nothing more than to ride off into the sunset, never to be seen
So I would assume from that we're going to be getting Pac going up against Adam Hangman Page. Pac saying, "I'll see you in Vegas, cowboy." So that right there is your first really big match for the show, and those guys are going to kind of be cogs, I'd assume, in going for the AEW championship, the first championship. So that could be a lot of fun, and you know, definitely a big match for Double or Nothing if that's the way they do officially go. But I believe they will.
Let's make it official. Let's make it the Bastard versus the Hangman.
So Hangman Page seems to be on board with the idea, and it's going to be the Hangman versus the Bastard at Double or Nothing. That's a heck of a match, and a really good start to that show, and certainly something to get people excited about if you're heading down to Double or Nothing, all in 2, and it could be a lot of fun. Figured that was the way they were going to go. That's kind of the way the pep rally was left off last time, introducing Adam Hangman Page as your first big star, single star, and then getting interrupted by Pac. So we shall see. And yeah, it appears that is the match they're going. So there you go. It is official. May 25th from the MGM Grand, Double or Nothing. And again, pre-sale tickets will be on, you can sign up for pre-sale tickets today through Sunday, February 10th. And then when you sign up, you'll be able to buy tickets Monday, February 11th at 12 noon Eastern time with the one-sale passcode. You can get those at axis.com. So that is pretty cool. They have a situation that you can do that. It's taking the page from what NJPW got. And there we go.
Tickets are also now allinwrestling.com.
Man, that Conrad Thompson, man, he is everywhere. Who would have thunk when he started a podcast with Bruce Pritchard that it would just take off the way that it has? I mean, the guy used to do the Ric Flair podcast. It really was not a huge thing. Rick didn't seem 100% into it. So good to kind of see Conrad continue to do well for himself and seemingly be everywhere. Alex Marvez is a friend of Cody Rhodes. I think that's one of the reasons he's doing this, and he also adds a bit of legitimacy to the product with some of these pre-sale deals, and yeah, it's good stuff.
Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5 headlined a major show. This was their
Sorry, getting another water here, and also going a little lower on this. I feel like the sound is a smidge loud, so I'll kind of give you guys the update on this, because I also recognize that there's probably a good percentage of folks who are going to be checking this out afterwards, and who are watching the pre-sale now, watching the pre-sale deal now. And what we'll do is we'll be on the air here a few minutes after it ends in case anyone wants to jump on, offer us some questions, and see if we could chat about this once things go off the air. So we'll make sure we kind of get up there. So here comes, looks like the Bucks. I think that's who. Yes, Super Kick Party. It's time for the Young Bucks. It's been really fun to kind of be on Twitter with everybody and hear just some of the insane thoughts that people had about who was coming at the show, who was going to be a part of the press conference here, who was going to be announced for Double or Nothing. I've heard everything from Kenny Omega to, Dustin Rhodes to CM Punk. Of course, anything that happens in any sort of wrestling, you're going to always have CM Punk out there. What I will say, the Bucks and Cody are all really just awesome dudes, and you see them signing autographs on the way up here. I've mentioned before, I've bumped into the Bucks in the middle of Disney World, and they called me over for a photo and just to chat with us about what we were doing in town. So, and all I wanted to do is give them a wave, and they called us over. So, really good guys, and it's just amazing to see what they've been able to do for themselves and the impact that they've had on the wrestling world entirely. And I'm sure that they're filming this for their YouTube show, which is kind of the standard, I feel like, for all wrestling YouTube now. I guess at one point, Zack Ryder kind of was the first to kind of come about with that market for YouTubing in wrestling. And now I feel like the Young Bucks have kind of taken that over. So crowd going nuts for the Young Bucks here. They're just amped up for them and really excited. And let's hear what they have to say. We've already found out our pre-sale password there. Getting big. Welcome back. Did anyone see the Young Bucks at Defy Wrestling? That was a really cool deal they did, where they showed up at Defy. You can kind of check it out on their Being the Elite deal.
Excuse me, he didn't go to college. This is like our second one. Give me a break, Nick. Yeah, I was. Oh,
This is your first time really seeing the Bucks?
I did too.
Maybe we've seen it in
I was
person.
in my hotel room earlier. I was just reminiscing about just the old days. I remember Nick and I being little kids wrestling around in the living room, watching our favorite '90s wrestlers performing our favorite wrestling moves, diving off the top rope.
Matt talking about some of his stuff, remembering when being a kid and watching wrestling in the '90s. There.
All those times we shook hands and we made a pact, we made a promise. We said, one day,
He's basically,
let's grow up and let's be professional wrestlers.
and he basically, and if you follow the Young Bucks story, I mean, the Young Bucks started wrestling at like really young. They're kind of this generation's, in many ways, this generation's Hardy Boys. And he's talking now about wanting to be one of the best tag teams of all time.
You fast forward all these years later, and it's crazy because I see.
And then, of course, you know, you've had your. It really does look like it's probably pretty cold in Vegas. Everyone's out there in sweatshirts and jackets, and Matt's nose is red, and maybe it must be pretty cold out in Vegas. Those, I will say, the AEW merch has looked really, really cool stuff. Who could come out and challenge the Bucks here? If you're in the live chat, let me know who you'd like to see challenge the Young Bucks here. Of course, you've had your folks on Twitter suggesting the Revival. They are still very much under WWE contract and actually going for the Raw Tag Team Championship. So that would really be just completely nuts if they came out here, and do not anticipate that at all.
You can't even see tag team wrestling on wrestling programs anymore.
And they're talking about how you can't see tag team wrestling on wrestling programs. So this should be someone. And this is something where they've suggested in the past that one of the main deals here is that they are going to be
best tag team division in the world.
They're going to basically be making AEW the #1 source for tag team wrestling, and kind of in many ways what TNA kind of got on the map for when they came out was having that alternative and really presenting tag team wrestling as serious again, because mid-2000s WWE tag team wrestling was awful. And right now, WWE tag team wrestling definitely leaves a little bit to be desired outside of NXT.
Team wrestling be the main event.
Now they're asking if tag team wrestling could be the main event. And that crowd is so excited with everything they say. These guys right now, man, this is the really hot brand.
I want to introduce to each of
Oh, here we go.
you
I'm assuming
one of our favorite
Pentagon and
tag teams
Phoenix is who I'm going to suggest.
wrestle.
That crowd, of course. Ah, there we go. That would be Chucky T and Trent Beretta. Look at that. Very, very cool. So the best friends, Chucky T and Trent Beretta. I wonder if they're going to be, it looks like they're now going to be with All Elite, and one would suggest that they too will be going on and taking on maybe the Young Bucks at Double or Nothing. But a big signing. Those guys are both great. I really was expecting big things out of them in New Japan. But I'd heard they decided not to resign, so they're now All Elite, and that's really big news. That's good stuff. Trent Beretta, a guy who was signed to WWE many years ago, not many years ago, I mean probably about 3 or 4 different years ago, and part of the Dude Busters, and now looks like he, certainly they went to Japan, made a name for himself, and it's good to see. He's now. And so now Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta looking like they are the best friends. I love it. They're addressing the crowd here. And I was expecting we were going to see Pentagon and Phoenix against the Young Bucks. I thought that would have been cool. But this also works as well. Yeah, there was a rumor I had heard that these guys were WWE bound, but it looks like that's not the case. They're with All Elite.
I'm not gonna go. I'm fine. You all right? No problem.
Good for these guys. I guess it must be real cold right now in Vegas. But these guys are out there in cutoff denim vests and arms out, gun show blazing, and without any sort of issue whatsoever. So interesting to see.
Up French. Now, if you would all please join us, put your hands in.
Let's listen in here.
Best friends on 3. 1, 2, 3.
And there you go. So the Best Friends have joined the All Elite roster. They have a couple tag teams now. And cool to see. Anyone else you guys want to see in All Elite Wrestling, let me know in the comment section below. For a lot of people certainly mentioning about Joey Ryan and Young Bucks back on the podium. So it looks like they're not done yet. And they're saying stick around. They're saying stick around, there's more to come. So we shall see. I will say this is not, you know, I think that it's important that they do establish, again, like I said, they have to fill up this card with other folks as well. So it's definitely a good idea to do that and to do it kind of while they, you know, have your bigger names. And here they are, the aforementioned Ray Phoenix and Penta L0M and the Lucha Brothers are officially in AEW, a major signing for these guys. And you know what? I think my original pick and my original choice for a match for Double or Nothing is going to come true after all. It's going to be the Young Bucks taking on the Lucha Bros. Makes sense. That's a great match and one I'd be really into and really excited to see. Pentagon in particular looks great in his little get up here. Big Lucha chant from the folks in attendance. Oh, look at that. Are we going to get the pool action? Oh! And they're Lucha Bros attacking the Young Bucks. That's what you want to see. Enough of this handshaking and happy to be there. Is he going? Is he pool bound? Oh! Oh! Cradle pile driver on the stage. Very cool. Crowd getting a big holy shit chant. Bucks are laid out. So, wow, Lucha Brothers against the Young Bucks at Double or Nothing. Very cool. And one, look at, you want to translate there? What did everybody say? There you go. Never forget that moment at All in One where Jericho was in the Pentagon mask. That was incredible. So that, I mean, and I will say that's something that I feel like is only beneficial for AEW. Last time around, it was, hey, come see us try to sell out this building and be a part of something super special. For the second time around, I'm sure that people are going to be into it. But remember, the MGM Grand holds even more than the Sears Center holds in Chicago. Sears Center in Chicago held a little under 10,000. Here in Vegas, MGM Grand holds between 14 and 15,000. So they're going to need to really sell even more folks, you know, and they need to sell out a bigger building. So it makes sense for them to give folks a little bit, some matches to kind of sink their teeth into as well. And already 2 big ones seem to be on their way. Obviously, Lucha Brothers taking on the Young Bucks, and it also appears that it's going to be Pac against Adam Hangman Page. So you already have 2 great matches there. And they did a good job in introducing the world to Chucky T and Trent Beretta, the best friends. So they're also a part of All Elite Wrestling. So already there you have 3 top tag teams, and good stuff. And Daniels and Kazarian as well. The Bucks getting taken out here and limping away. It'd be great if you saw them signing some autographs while limping away. So very, very cool. AllEliteWrestling.com. It does seem that, yeah, that's where you can sign up for your pre-sale tickets. And then with that sign-on, you can go on to Monday, February 11th, 12 noon. You can go and cash those in at AXS.com. Access.com. Wow. So already really piling up, and the talent kind of rolling in, and we're learning what we're going to see at Double or Nothing, which is proves to be probably the one of the shows of the early summer, certainly, and definitely one of the more anticipated events of all of 2019.
This is unprecedented. This is insane. This really is.
I will say the setup already this time for the press conference, with this being the second one, the press conference looks so much smoother. We're watching this here on YouTube on the big screen, so I couldn't even let you know. But last time I checked, I think it was like 50,000 people that were watching along here, and certainly with them, with me, but certainly along them with AEW, and that's great. So it's good stuff. And there you go. So now it makes sense. They're gonna introduce some of the ladies there, right? Penelope as well as Dr. Britt Baker. The last time around, Penelope came along with Joey Janela. And I'm assuming that Brandy as well will also be a part of it, but who knows?
Some more insight about what's going to be happening with the women's division.
And here comes Brandy Rose, the chief brandy officer of All Elite Wrestling. So let's hear what she has to say. And if there's any more female signings over there, certainly I'd like to see Tenelle Dashwood over there. I don't know what her Ring of Honor. She's under contract to them. I'm not sure if she's under contract, but it'd be great to see her as part of All Elite Wrestling, the former Emma in WWE. And, let's see who else poses. She stopped and posed for a selfie, which is really cool to see. Look at that youngster. He's out there in, it's got to be, I gotta check this out here, how cold it is right now in Vegas, because these people look super bundled up. When we were in Vegas, it was pretty hot, no?
It was okay. It wasn't too hot.
What was it like?
80s.
80s. And this was in October. So, I mean, it's winter now, so maybe a little bit. I'll let you guys know right now. Let's listen into what Brandy Rhodes, or I guess just Brandy in general, has to say right now. Brandy Runnels, I guess.
So, before we get down to business, I have to ask a personal favor. I hope that's okay.
She's saying she has to ask a personal favor.
You'll understand, today is my big brother's birthday.
I ask people to give her big brother a big shout out for his birthday, and it looks like she's trying to get the crowd to wish her brother a happy birthday. So that's super sweet. All right, look at that. Everyone giving her brother a happy birthday.
2 more hours of being a good sister, so thank you. All right, can we do Jason?
Now the crowd, trying to get the crowd amped up doing that. While that happens, I will say, and one of the things I wanted to check that out there.
Now let's get down to business. Last time I talked to you guys was in Jacksonville. I made a lot of big promises about the women's division. I said we were
a lot of fans are already chanting for Dashwood, so that could be something that the way that they're going with there.
With some fantastic Japanese women's wrestlers, and that was true. So that's where I'm going to start today.
All right, so it looks like she's going to unveil some of the women's division.
Women's wrestlers that I'd like to highlight that will be joining us for Double or Nothing. So The first one is an up-and-comer. You can find her work at Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling.
From Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. Yuka Sakazaki. And she's going to be a part of Double or Nothing. She said she's kind of an up-and-comer.
You know, she's a budding star. She's going to star in Japan. She's going to be a star over here. She's going to be here for Double or Nothing.
Very cool.
Right.
So she's a part of Double or Nothing.
Now the next lady.
And the next one.
Not much introduction at all. I think everybody here is going to know her name. It's Aja Kong.
Aja Kong. Wow, that's a huge signing for Double or Nothing.
On May 25th, she's going to put everyone on notice.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah, I really wanted those ladies to be here today, and
Doesn't look like they are going to be there.
But you know, it would be weird if I were to show up in Vegas alone.
So now she's going to introduce somebody else. And this is probably the one.
So this person, I'm really fond of her. I think you're going to be too, but I have a lot in common with her. She loves pro wrestling. That's a given.
She's introducing somebody who loves pro wrestling.
Of the Broken Collarbone Club.
Somebody who has a broken collarbone at some point.
She was one of the hottest free agents until I made the call. So please welcome with me, Kylie Ray.
Ah, Kylie Ray, another big signing for Double or Nothing. So the women's division is now filling up. I know some folks were a little, worried about that, but now you've got Kylie Ray, you've got Yuka Sayazaki, and you've got no, that's Leva Bates. Kylie Ray, big time signing by AEW. So now you've got really starting to fill up the women's division. You've got Kylie Ray, you've got Yuka Sasaki, you've got Aja Kong, and you've also got Britt Baker and Penelope from the first time around. So the women's division is filling up for AEW, and they've got a good little division going. So very cool. Can imagine those folks who have been. I can imagine one of the reasons they're signing these autographs for these folks on the way up to the press conference is because I'm sure these folks have been out there all day, so it would make sense to be out there and kind of doing their thing there.
Oh, God.
The crowd is chanting for her to talk in both mics, both the handheld as well as the mic that's on that stand there. Crowd is chanting, "She's got legs." Cute as some dudes looking pretty creepy on the screen there. And now she's teasing taking off her coat, I guess, and the crowd, huge pop there. So very cool. But yeah, I mean, good for AEW here so far. They've established who's going, probably those two top singles competitors early in this. Crowd giving a holy shit. Again, those guys look a little creepy. But they've established your singles competitors in Adam Page and Pac, your tag teams, and now your women. So, they're building a roster slow by slow here. And not every single person is going to be a home run, but you do need your mid-carders. You need your openers. And I think that they've done that too earlier in the show. So a lot of people are going to be here for Double or Nothing, and it should be a really good show. So I personally am looking forward to it. It is a shame I can't go because I'm a part of a wedding. But so gotta go do that. I'm a part of the wedding. If I wasn't, I'd consider not going. But we'll see. We'll see. So. Oh, Brandy still got something to say here. They do have quite the setup too. If you look around, I mean, they've got everything over there. They got the big billboards. They've got the music playing. Crazy stuff. It's good stuff.
All the time, so it shouldn't surprise you that I brought somebody else.
Ah, here we go. Somebody else.
Nana, why don't you come on out here?
Let's see who that is. Nyla Rose. So there you got now Nyla Rose, also a part of the women's division in AEW wrestling, and it looks like they're potentially setting up a match. She doesn't look like she's here to talk. She looks like she's here to fight as well, and Kylie Rae's having none of it. Not the most familiar with Nyla, but she certainly looks like she's there to kick some ass. Now Brandy's kind of starting to separate things. It looks like we may have another match for All Elite Wrestling. Someone's got to be taking a dive ski in that pool before it's all said and done here. I don't know what's going on, but you got to figure it'd be like WCW Spring Break back in the day where someone was always in the pool. But it looks like we got ourselves another match here for Double or Nothing. Weapon. Crowd chanting to let them fight. And now they're going kind of face to face there. I'm thinking someone is, Brandy's right in the center of it. And now security there trying to separate things out. And I think they actually have Atlas security who does not mess around at all. And you can see they're up there and getting rid of the taking ladies out. It is indeed Atlas security. I did not know they were part of AEW. Those guys don't mess around at all. They used to be a part of the New York Independents big time back in the day. And if you ever tried to hop a railing, that was usually the end of you in no time. So very cool and cool to see. So they're really pumping this up. So I'm almost positive the way this works is that immediately following this, you can go and sign up for pre-sale tickets on allelitewrestling.com. You'll get a one-time pre-sale code. And then from there, you can utilize that code on AXS.com to get tickets starting at 12 noon on Monday from the 11th until tickets go on sale to the public on the 13th.
AEW is all about collaboration. AEW has its sights set globally.
It's Excalibur.
I would like to bring out three men very close to my heart. I started my career in Southern California.
It's very interesting to see Excalibur so a part of this so far.
Synonymous with the best
And now it's going to be SCU,
in the entire
I believe. We're about to find out.
Scorpio Sky.
Yep. Scorpio Sky, Frankie Kazarian, and Christopher Daniels, SCU. SCU, got to give it up to them. They were like the first guys who signed with AEW. So certainly they are folks who could kind of go through there. What's going on, Michael? How are you? So pop into the live chat there. There's SCU. And Christopher Daniels looking good. Real excited to be there. So it really looks like they just have everybody who's there for this just kind of all around the deal, all around the pool there. So I guess I don't know. They didn't have any signs there or anything. Crowd going pretty nuts for them, though. They are super over with the All Elite Wrestling crowd. And they've been kind of front and center with the Young Bucks, with Cody, and I guess with Hangman right from the start. So interesting to hear what they have to say and if they're going to get themselves a match here at kind of what's going on there with at Double or Nothing. Just updating here on Twitter at WatchWrestlePod. You can follow me over there. Love chatting with you guys about all things pro wrestling, and I would love to know your thoughts about this press conference here for All Elite Wrestling, for Double or Nothing, for All In 2, and you know, definitely gonna hang out for a bit here post.
This is the worst time I've ever. But when you have an announcer
All right, so they are going to mention, I guess, probably their involvement with Double or Nothing, and I guess we'll kind of see kind of what that goes.
But we play and we party even harder. So we'd like to announce that the official after party.
Oh, they're talking about the after party.
Double or Nothing is going to be called, wait for it.
There's an all after party.
SCU all night.
SCU all night after All Elite Wrestling Double or Nothing for the after party.
It's going to be hosted by Christopher Daniels, Scorpio Sky, and Frankie Kazarian.
SoCal Uncensored is hosting the after party, so I wonder if they're even going to be a part of the show if they're going to be hosting the after party. Certainly, it's possible. I mean, if you guys were down in for the Royal Rumble for Arizona, Dolph Ziggler was in the Rumble and then immediately ran over and did his stand-up routine. So it's certainly possible that they're able to go ahead and do that.
And on that note, Las Vegas, I got 3 letters that I love to say. And if you say it with me, it'll make my day. So how about on the count of 3, say it.
All right, so that is another thing that you can kind of add on to that list.
3. And see you later.
Very cool. So far we've already found out a variety of stuff here. Up.
Well, usually but tonight we're not here to talk about a new T-shirt, and we're not here to talk about SCU all night. We're actually here for this next announcement that Excalibur is going to make. Please.
All right, so Excalibur going to make another announcement here.
I mentioned it earlier. AEW is all about collaboration. One of those previously announced collaborators is OWE, Oriental Wrestling Entertainment.
Talking about the relationship with OWE.
The man, the protege of Ultimo Dragon himself, Shima.
Shima's group out of
He's
China.
the man that decided to go to mainland China, to go to Shanghai, and spread the gospel of professional wrestling to a territory
So they're really big.
Until just a couple years ago, didn't even know what professional wrestling was. And now, you all, AEW, have the opportunity to experience OWE for yourselves. Let's go to the tape.
So they're about to show some from OWE, which is Oriental Wrestling Experience, I believe. And they're starting to show some of that stuff there. So one of the big things that they're promoting here with AEW is the collaborations that they're doing with OWE and with now AAA as well.
Nice show.
Yeah, certainly. And it's something you've got to realize with this, this has got to be the Oriental Wrestling Entertainment. I apologize. It's something when it comes to, this has got to stick in the craw of WWE for a bit. The WWE has been trying to establish themselves in China for so long that John Cena has actually been doing lessons in Mandarin for a number of years. And right out the bat here, AEW talks about their relationship with OWE. So it's big time. They look good, right? There's Shima. Never seen Shima. Shima was awesome. Look how great he looks.
Oh, wow. What is June doing there?
I believe that is
We're so thankful to be partnered with AEW.
huge get for AEW. Yep, I'm sure. We're thrilled.
Thank you very much.
Sure, it's a big deal for both sides of everything and to have both in there.
Come to the US. This is something I've never been done in the history of professional wrestling. Hello, I am Dragonful CEO of OWE.
Yeah, the CEO of OWE looks absolutely thrilled. It's definitely a big deal for both OWE and for All Elite Wrestling.
So we are the first group wrestlers in
And they're coming up now. I mean, this press conference now almost coming up on an hour. I don't think they're going to go too much past 10 o'clock here on the East Coast. So I'd assume when they're done here, you're going to get one more big announcement, and we'll see. So, but definitely very good. But that did look good there. That
here's the real reason why SCU is on the stage right now, because of this gentleman right here. You call him legendary. That doesn't even begin to tell you the scope
There's Shima.
of this man's career. He and I go all the way back to Michinoku Pro Wrestling. And ever since
Yeah.
I met Shima,
They're talking about Shima and his history with Michinoku Pro Wrestling and what he's done. You know,
and now you're here to lead OWE.
and I've been able to see Shima live a couple of times, way back in the day with Ring of Honor, and certainly with Dragon Gate as well. So that's been definitely cool.
Shima, if you would be so kind, can you get two of your best men? And at Double or Nothing on May 25th, how would you like to stand across the ring from SCU?
Oh, look at that. So it's going to be SCU against Shima and two of his best men from OWE. So it'll be a bit of a showcase for OWE. So right after I said I wondered if we were going to get anything with SCU on the show, they will be on the show, and then they'll be hosting the official after party referred to as SCU Up All Night. So you're getting a little bit of everything from SCU. There'll be a major part, obviously, of AEW at Double or Nothing, and then afterwards moving forward. So I'd assume we're going to get one more announcement here, and then that should wrap it up. But maybe not. There really hasn't been too much. I mean, you've been introduced to different members of the roster. There hasn't been that big bang for what we're going to be getting at thus far at Double or Nothing. But you've got your couple of matches. You found out about the tickets, and that's really what the point of this was. So we're back on the stage now, though. Let's see who is coming out next.
I'll watch that 7 days, 24 hours a day. That is going to be outstanding. Tickets are going to be on sale, man. Don't miss the pre-sale code.
Yeah, one of the things I would strongly suggest if you're thinking about going to this show is to get tickets fast. If you remember, they went on sale at Mother's Day, and if you were like myself, you sat there enjoying Mother's Day dinner and figured out, get tickets afterwards, and it was already sold out. It was sold out pretty much instantly, so definitely get tickets. You don't know if it's going to sell out, but you know, certainly it could do something. I believe it was the guys at Post Wrestling, could have been F4W, who said that the original plan was actually to run T-Mobile, which holds around 17,000 people. But because there was a chance that the Golden Knights would be playing a playoff hockey game, they decided to go with the MGM Grand, which holds slightly less number of people at the same time, though. One more announcement. Here we go. Crowd is obviously chanting for Kenny Omega. I don't know if that's where we're going to go with this, but we'll see. You'd assume it. If it's not going to happen now, it may happen at some point. And now we're going back to that Being the Elite phone call from the Being the Elite YouTube show that Cody's been waiting for. And let's see the big reveal. It says challenge approaching. And now we're back. I mean, this one really is kind of, in a way, one of the worst kept secrets. I believe this will be Kenny Omega coming to All Elite Wrestling. So we will see kind of which way they decide to go with this here. And then what's kind of cool about this is when we wrap things up here, you'll be able to kind of match this up with the replay of the stream. And there you go. Kenny Omega has officially showed up at All Elite Wrestling. It says he's an executive vice president. Wow. So this is, Kenny's in on this just like Cody and the Bucks are. Wow. Look at that. So very, very cool. And obviously a big get for Kenny Omega, despite the fact that his contract with New Japan did not expire until the end of January. Everyone Royal Rumble weekend was hoping for Kenny Omega. So that's a huge get, man. That's gigantic for the Bucks and for Cody and for All Elite Wrestling to have Kenny Omega part of the team there. And I mean, he's as tough a guy as you could possibly get. Good to see Kenny Omega there, and just leaves one more space for my main man, Marty Scurll. I know we're a couple months away from that contract expiring, and Ring of Honor has done an exceptional job in profiling Marty. We'll have to see kind of where they go from there and what they're doing.
You know, first and foremost, I must apologize. I made you guys wait an incredibly long time for me to make this announcement. And trust me, it was never my intention. It's just so strange the way the world works with legalities and all that. But rest assured, I didn't put pen to paper until this morning.
So Kenny is saying he has to wait due to the legalities and contracts and everything like that. He didn't mean to wait so long. But that's the reason for it, and that's what happened.
Yes. I have found my phone, and oh yes. I am now a full-time member of the AEW roster.
And Kenny Omega, a full-time member of the AEW roster. So definitely big.
In 2016, myself, Nick, and Matt, we set our path.
And really, if you think about it, and here's what Kenny is saying here, is one of the deals where basically Kenny had taken over as kind of that front man, so to speak, of the Bullet Club, and they kind of did that, took over for AJ when AJ went to WWE, and AJ took over for Finn when Finn went to WWE, and that's kind of been kind of that whole deal there when it comes to everything there. I guess I got to see how Cole, what's going on with the temperature.
But now, with the platform that we've been given,
let's see. Right now in Vegas, it's 42 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's about as cold as it'd be here in New York City. It's even a little colder than it is here in New York City, so they definitely didn't plan for that. And you can tell a lot of the folks that are there are local because very few of them have winter jackets at all. It's a lot of folks just in hoodies and zips. So I guess they weren't necessarily prepared for that.
People have asked me, Kenny, what does it mean when you say change the world? I've tried to explain it in words, and I couldn't quite do it eloquently.
And I would assume with Kenny now being a part of AEW here, his first match has got to be with Jericho at Double or Nothing. I mean, if they have Jericho against Kenny, the Young Bucks against the Lucha Bros, and Adam Hangman Page against Pac, that's a solid triple main event they could just build right up on there. Very, very cool. So let's see kind of if they do that, and if Jericho's there, I'd assume that he would be, and we'll see from there.
What change the world means in words. The cast and crew of All Elite Wrestling will finally be able to show you just how. And
he's basically saying that he's going to change the world and what their plan is for that. So, I mean, the worst kept secret. A lot of folks, I think, knew Kenny Omega was going to be coming to AEW. And here we go. Here comes Chris Jericho, and I think away we go when it comes to figure this will be your main event for All Elite Wrestling. It makes sense. These guys have not had, I don't believe they've had a run-on rematch since their first match at Wrestle Kingdom last year. I know they had a deal at the Jericho Cruise. I think it was a six-man, though, with the Bucks and Jericho going up against Kenny and Kota Ibushi and someone else, I believe. But here he comes. And, I mean, that really to have Jericho as that first announcement at the pep rally when they couldn't have Kenny Omega at the pep rally, I think is big and kind of something that really got them on the map. And then they were able to hold off on this going into Kenny Omega's announcement that he'll be joining All Elite Wrestling kind of moving forward. So good stuff. And here comes Jericho here. I will say the Judas song for Jericho has really caught on. Obviously, nothing will be break the walls, but Judas is pretty good, and I think we know where we're getting for our main event here for Double or Nothing. And man, it sucks I can't go because that show is going to be great. And it looks like we're getting Jericho and Omega, and they're already going at it. And I'm on pool watch to see if anyone's taking a dive ski into the pool. Cody trying to separate everyone out, and Christopher Daniels is up there too, trying to separate them out. And they're going at it. So very, very cool. Kind of to end, I believe, the press conference there of what to expect. And these guys shouldn't be out there shaking hands. They should be out there ready to fight. And away we go. So looks like we've got our Double or Nothing main event. Still no opponent for Cody. Hey, there's Billy Gunn, one of the road agents for the producers, I guess, as they call them now, as the kids call them, for AEW. And very cool angle here to end the press conference and kind of take it from there. And they're bringing Jericho into the back, and he's trying to get at Kenny, and he's trying to run around all the security now, and they're going to the back, and now Kenny's back. He's got a little top hat on, and what on earth is going on outside of my house? I apologize.
So rudely interrupted. I was just about to get to the best part. My God! I've been waiting, I don't know, like 2 months or so to say my favorite line. You guys might have heard it. You might know what it is. I'd explain it to you. I would teach you. But unfortunately, I must bid you adieu. So everyone here, please say it with me.
It's almost gonna. It looks like he almost broke the mic there. Getting a big "you fucked up" chant from the faithful.
And good night.
And I think that is it on the AEW press conference. So from the MGM Grand, they did a really good job with this press conference here. We're going to talk a little bit about it here as we go off. One of the reasons I did jump on here with you guys during it was so that I figured we'd be able to go on and do that here kind of while the show was going on and do that. But we'll stick around and we'll give you guys all the information that you need moving forward. And we'll be able to go from there. All right. And so there we go. That is Conrad making it official there as the press conference is going off the air. Once it officially does go off the air, I will fill you in on everything you may have missed. Kind of the big news here of this entire deal. I will say kind of the biggest thing about the press conference, one of the things I thought there wasn't as much. I didn't think it was probably not as big as that first press conference, just because the first press conference was something that was going to be something that got everyone a little more, got everyone really excited. The prep rally, the press conference, all that jazz. So let's break down exactly what's there. Some folks are going to be jumping over, I'm sure, from the actual presser itself and join us there for the party. So let me fill you in on everything you might have missed on the official press conference here for All Elite Wrestling and for Double or Nothing. So let's take a look. I'll go through everything with you guys that you may have missed. All Elite Wrestling. So first and foremost, the biggest news that came out of this is that tickets for AEW Double or Nothing will go on sale officially on February the 13th. That is when things go on sale for the first. That's when things go on. Tickets go on sale to the general public. However, that being said, you can go ahead right now at 10 p.m. Eastern. Is it already 10? It's got to be after 10. Well, after 10. So you can already go on there and you were able to figure everything out and you were able to go and sign up for your pre-sale password and find out what you can kind of do with that and get your pre-sale starting now. And then that pre-sale code, it's going to be an individualized code. That pre-sale code will allow you to jump on and do everything with All Elite Wrestling. You know what? I am going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to sign off here on, yeah, you know what? Okay. All right. Well, sorry. Thought we were getting kicked off, but we're good. All right. So just to break everything down for you, tickets go on sale officially on February the 13th, which is next Wednesday. However, you can get tickets and sign up for a pre-sale passcode on allelitewrestling.com. They'll give you an individualized pre-sale passcode, and then you can go ahead and use that on AXS.com on Monday at noon Eastern time. So that's really big. You can go ahead and you can do that. That's definitely something that will allow you to do that, and it's something that you're going to want to do, because I think that tickets are going to go fast for this, and tickets are going to be really something that may sell out real fast. So I'd say get on there if you're going to be able to do it. Go sign up, get your pre-sale passcode, and then get your tickets on Monday morning way ahead of everyone else. I would not wait till tickets go on sale for the general public if you know for a fact you're going to be able to go. All right, so that's the biggest news coming out of this. Another thing that's coming out of this is some of the matches that were announced. First off, Kenny Omega officially a part of AEW Wrestling. It was something that was kind of the worst kept secret around, but he was the big reveal at the end of this press conference, and he will be taking on Chris Jericho at Double or Nothing and All In 2. So that's obviously a major selling point of the show. That's one of the big matches that we found out. Another big match, Adam Hangman Page will be taking on Pac at Double or Nothing. And tonight they made it official. They announced their AEW announced their partnership with AAA. One of the deals with that was they were able to bring out Pentagon and Rey Fenix, and in doing so, they really kind of announced that it's going to be the Lucha Bros against the Young Bucks at the show as well. So you can go back now. You can watch that entire deal here. I did the entire live stream watching the show. You can watch the show kind of along with me, find out my thoughts kind of as the show went through. But I want to give you guys a quick recap. They did a good job in establishing the tag division. They did a good job in establishing the women's division with Brandy coming out and introducing Aja Kong, and then a couple other ladies that she did really well with that. And then they also did a good job in telling you when the tickets were going to be on sale and getting you amped for that show. Not only are you getting, if you go down there, not only is Double or Nothing happening, but StarCast is happening. And they announced today the SCU Up All Night after party hosted by SCU right afterwards. So that is something that is something you want to take a look at, something you want to think about if that's where you're going to go. So SCU, they're going to be hosting an after party, and that will be right afterwards. They will also be in a six-man tag taking on Shima and two of his guys from OWE, or Oriental Wrestling Entertainment. So they continue to establish that relationship, and should be fun. So big-time news there. A great little press conference. Again, it was good to chat with you guys while we watched. Yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap us up here on Watch Along Wrestling. If you like what you saw, make sure you do hit that subscribe button. We got a lot more fun stuff coming up throughout the weekend, and we'll be able to chat with you guys more about it as things go on. Until next time, everybody, this has been Tommy on the Spot. You take care.